Europa de wa Ohio gozaimasu, Asia de wa konbanwa, Suzuka to Asia rondo yongi yokoso. Good morning in Europe and good evening in Asia. It's time for AF Asia and we're live at Suzuka for round 4. Everybody else is around the track, so let's go and find one of them rather than looking at me in the pit lane. Here is Ramon Steeling. I'm just having to go get the guy that's second on track at the minute. You just missed, and I really should have said this on stream. I just had to speed run the driver briefing. I did it in like 20-30 seconds, just by completely just not taking a breath. I nailed it. That was amazing. Probably no one could understand what I was saying, but it felt good. Why ping? Because I want to get people in to watch this, because it's going to be great. I thought it was quite good Japanese. Japanese has not been my strong suit, but I really practiced for this one. Here's Ludwig Eriksson on the start of his first qualifying lap. We've only got 13 drivers in today, and none of them. And we still have. We've got Hilke Kleisen, who's currently the championship leader. Just behind that was Jens Betsma, but I don't think he's here today. I think he's actually left the league, maybe. But let's get you the championship standings as it stands at the minute for AF Asia. Hilke Kleisen has 91 points and tops the standings at the minute, followed by Juha Mäki-Juppi on 80. He's not here today. But Ramon Steeling in 4th place he's on 61. Jens on 64, but he's not in the championship anymore. Michael Vincent Wahuni Velasquez. He sent me a tutorial and I forgot to watch it. He's on 38 points in 5th place. Oli Palau is in P6 on 25. Sismo is 7th on 23. Ludwig Eriksson is P8 on 20. And Fernando Posada is P9 on 19 points after his win last week last time out in Motegi. And Diego Domingo is P10 with 16 points. So it's really all up to the top, to Hilke and Juha, the top two in this championship fight. But while there are drop scores in this championship, crucially Juha Mäki-Juppi is not here today, so that could prove to be a deciding factor in this championship. Ludwig Eriksson now coming towards the final couple of corners into the final chicane. Robert is here. This is him. We're riding on board with him now. Robert is Ludwig Eriksson. Pole position with a 2:03.5 at the minute. Obviously he's the only person that's set a decent time so far, but still 2:03.5, not too bad at all. Not too shabby, just over 10 minutes left in quali. Ramon Steeling goes to P2 with 2:04.6. Let's take a look at Hilke Kleisen. Current championship leader. As I say, he's got an opportunity here to really make some ground. Takuma goes P4 to a 5.7. Good lap, but it's not really a good lap to be fair. How's it going to be for Hilke as he comes across the line? Goes P2. That's bloody close between Eriksson and Kleisen, but Vincent Wahuni Velasquez goes so much more. With a 2:03.1, he's found 3/10 on Eriksson, despite his quite high ping. He's in the red on the ping bar. Ali Yardimja has had an issue. He's stopped. He's spun off that's Dunlop. That's at the Dunlop curve. Just coming at the pits. Let's take a look at Mario Weigel. He's on a lap at the minute. These Porsches look really smooth around here. Looking forward to the race, as I hope you guys are as well. 2 15-minute races coming up, and the top 15. So that's the entire field will be flipped round for this round, for the second race. We have 14 drivers with us. Ben Hayes has just turned up. Apparently, his name's on the list, but I can't see him on track, I can't see him in the pits either. He's somewhere. Weigel coming through the spoon curve at the minute. That's not the Sector 1 time, because the Sector 1 is far before this. It's coming up towards Degno is where the first line is. The second line is coming towards the end of the straight. Steve Link improves to P2. But Velasquez still on top by 600ths of a second. Here's Mario Weigl. He's got the final few 3 corners to go. He's gone deep into the chicane. He's managed to keep it on track, so he's still going to get a fairly decent lap. He'll lose a little bit of time, but nothing too significant. It looks like it's going to be a 206, 207. It is a 207.5, goes to P8. But the top 4 is where it's at. Velasquez, Steve Link, Ericsson, Kleisen. Who just improves, he goes below a 203, he goes below the 203 now, 202.9. Velasquez improves to a 203.1. Still keep hold of P2 for now. Fonseca has come across the line recently, he hasn't set a lap. He hasn't had a good lap this time round. Takuma on a lap at the minute. I think he's on his out lap at the minute. Most people are around the sort of Degner curves at the minute. Let's have a look at them. That's Jake Wilson at the minute, coming through Degners. Fonseca's pulling over, let him by. And up ahead we've got Ali Yardimja and Matti Lebiak. Jake Wilson's having a bit of a moment coming into the hairpin. Track map, which should remind me. I'm pretty sure that hairpin is called 180R, but last time we were here I said it was 180R and people said I was wrong. I'm going to check now. Oh, it's just called hairpin. Well, great, that's helpful. I could have sworn it used to be called 180R. No, it was never called 180R. Okay, my apologies. Jeez. It makes sense. 200. Well, it's supposed to be like radius. But what is after the hairpin is 200R, which I might have got confused by. Through 130R for Drake Wilson, everybody knows that corner. That's a car facing the wrong way and driving backwards, that's Matti Lebiak. Interesting line from Jake Wilson going for the right, rather than going to the left and get a wider line, but he's going to come through the final corner now. Looks like a fairly shabby Sector 1, but I'm not quite sure on that one. Wilson does not improve, he stays P9. We've now got Danny Ricciardo, one and only Arda Kibaya, joining us for this race now. With only 6 minutes to go in practice now, we're in quali now, we're over halfway through. Nobody really on a good lap at the minute. I'm seeing a lot of oranges and reds in the screen rather than greens. The only greens I've seen. In fact, Matti Lebiak was on a good lap. Of course, he spun on 30 hours, you saw a minute ago. So nobody really on any good laps at the minute. Takuma was, but he's in the pit. He pitted, so he's coming out the pits now. Lebiak's on an out lap at the minute. He's done a 3:18 in the first sector. So let's have a look. He's gone wide at Degner 1. That's one of the places where track numbers are being monitored on the exits. Ludwig Eriksson spun off. That's at the Dunlop curve again. And I think there was a collision between Eriksson and Costa, because they're both off at 130 at the Dunlop curve. Not seen any collisions. Okay, maybe they just spun off independently, but at the same time, which is just strange. Have a look at Hilke Kleisen. He's coming through 130. He's done a personal best in the first sector of 44.8. Seems like he's short shifting, which is an interesting strategy. I don't know whether it's any good. But it's apparently a personal best. It doesn't look like that. He's done a 57.6 in the second sector, and considering some people are doing 50s, I've seen 50s, so that's clearly not a good lap, and I'm going to just ignore Hilke's, ignore the deltas that are at the bottom of the screen there. this is by no means a good lap. He's going to be around doing a 2:10, 2:11. Ricciardo's already come out the pits and spun. He's deep into the gravel. That looks like one of the S's. It also looks like he's got something else to do. So he's parked. This is at turn. This is at the anti-banked curve. Is it banked at all? Say anti-banked. It is kind of banked, but not anti. Fun fact for you there. Ali Yardimja, we'll take a look at Ali Yardimja. He's on a 45.6 in the first sector, which is a personal best for him. So he's looking pretty. He could be making some improvements now. He's currently P7, 3 seconds off the pace. And we're running out of time in this qualifying session, especially for Daniel Ricciardo, who's still going to get kind of round the... I did. When Steve Link went P1, I mentioned it, I think. Maybe. Maybe I did. Ali Yardimja is looking good. He's roughly on pace in the second sector. So the first sector's maybe where his setup or his skill is lacking today. And he goes P5. Still 2.5 seconds off the pace though, which is interesting. The top 4 are in a league of their own today. Steve Link's on P1. There we go. Steve Link's on P1. You happy now? Ramon Steve Link P1. Hilke Klaisen P2. Michael Vincent Wahuni Velasquez P3. And Ludwig Eriksson P4. Ricciardo has got going again, but is he going to have enough time? I think he will. He might just about have enough time to start a lap. So we'll keep an eye on that one as we go round. Michael Vincent Wahuni does improve on his lap, but he stays P3. So he's got one more attempt, but he has got traffic in front of him. He's now within a 10th and a half of the top of the times. Ramon Steveling, however, has purpled in the first sector, 44.705. So he's one to watch. If someone goes wide, that's Ludwig Eriksson. So he's not going to get another lap in this session. He's gone wide at turn 1. Miguel Costa improves to P12. Last set's a lap. 16 seconds off the pace though. Still waiting on laps from Daniel Ricciardo and Ben Hayes. Hayes is going to go around and get 1, and Ricciardo's on the back straight. So hopefully Hayes is on a lap at the minute, because that's all he's getting. Ricciardo should have enough time. He's heading through 130R now, so he's going to get a lap in. Meanwhile, Ramon Steelink was about 2 seconds down in the second sector, or was he? I don't know. I'm seeing some people getting 50s, but I don't think that's right. It's a 52.5 from Ramon Steelink. Delta seems to be a bit broken today because he's not 10 seconds down in the first sector. I think he's given up on this lap and going to go and set another lap now. He does a 2:05, so yeah, maybe he was 2.5 seconds slower in the first sector, in the second sector, but he is on his way now to start a lap. We are out of time, so Steelink will be the last person to come over the line in a minute. So let's look at the next person over the line, which is, if I can find him, Ali Yardimja. Doesn't improve, but stays P5, instantly teleport back to the pits. Ben Hayes, in his one and only attempt, is going to be coming up next. Behind him, Mario Fonseca, or one of the Fonsecas. One of them's Fonseca and one of them is Max for Memes. But I don't know which one's which, so maybe I'll point that out to you if I find out. Ben Hayes is going to come across the line now, and improves to P10 with a 2:07.2. Oh, Hilke Klaisen with a good lap, but it's not enough. 16 thousandths of a second separate. Oh, and Vincent Wahuni Velasquez goes to P1 with a 2:02.6, blows him out of the water. One of the other Fonsecas, that one is Max for Memes in the Colin Backer livery. That's Max for Memes. He's going to come across the line, stays P9. Next will come Costa and Labiak. Costa's gone deep. I think just about stays within track limits, but he's gonna just give up there. Let's switch quickly to Matty Labiak as he comes across the line. He goes right up to the edge of the track on the left-hand side on the last corner. Doesn't improve, stays P7, which just leaves Daniel Ricciardo, and behind him, for a crucial final lap, Ramon Stevelink to decide pole position. Kleisson's got purple in the second sector. Kleisson had purple in the second sector. Velasquez had purple in the third sector. Currently, between Vincent's best lap and Stevelink's current lap, separated by 1,000th of a second. Stevelink's 6 seconds down in the second sector, it seems. So I think his lap's over. Yes, it is. So Michael Vincent Wayuni Velasquez goes to pole position for the AF Asia race, round 4 at Suzuka. So congratulations to him. That's 1 point towards his championship challenge, which will now put him on 39. So he's still got time to catch up to this field, to the top time, to the top people. 2 15-minute races await in round 4 of AF Asia. But let's take a minute to thank the sponsors of AF Asia, beem. That's the wonderful guys over at beem who have provided our $100 prize pool for this series. Currently, looks like the top prize is going to Hilke Kleisson, but he starts third in this race, and there's championship contenders in front of him. So let's take a look at the grid. We are 2 minutes away from the start of AF Asia round 4, or race 7. Race 7, I suppose. Michael Vincent Wayuni Velasquez starts on pole position alongside Ramon Stevelink. Row 2, Hilke Kleisson and Ludwig Eriksson. Row 3, Sai Katakuma and Ali Yardimja. As usual, I've lost track after row 3, yes. Row 4, Matti Lebiak and Mario Fonseca. Row 5 is the other Mario Fonseca. That's Max Vermeens in the space livery. Keep an eye out for him. Alongside Ben Hayes. Row 6 is Mario Weigel and Jake Wilson. Row 7, Miguel Costa and Colin Louis. And row number 8, all on his lonesome, Ada Kiraye, Daniel Ricciardo. 1 minute away from the start in Suzuka. Let's get a crowd view going, shall we? Who's this guy? Nice hat. Is that a hat or is that hair? I don't know. He looks angry. So does everybody, to be fair. That's how you hold a phone, yep. Alright, I'll look at the action. All the crowd's getting it. Stop looking at me, crowd. The crowd's still looking at me. 30 seconds from the start in AF Asia. I'm going to quickly do... I forgot who's on pole. There. Thank you very much, Core Gaming, for following. Thank you. 10 seconds. Here come the lights. Six lights are on. And we are away in Suzuka. Good start from Vincent. Managed to pull in behind Ramon Stevelink. Let's start myself for P3. Meanwhile, going through turn 1 round the outside. That's one of the I don't know who that is. That's Hilke Kleist around the outside. Everybody gets away, gets through cleanly, apart from Mario Weigel, who's in the wall. Other than that, we're away pretty well. I'm gonna just get the thing ready just in case we need a VSC. I don't think we will though. Behind this Mario Fonseca. No, that's Mario Fonseca who's dropped back through the field. Whoa, and there's Daniel Ricciardo for a spin, hard into the wall at the exit of the anti-bank curve. Lost it all on his own, it seems there. Hilke Kleist still properly harrying Roman Stevelink for that P2 position. Trying to get as much advantage as possible. Ben Hayes has spun off at Degner 2. Kleist is going to want to get going as quickly as possible to try and make some positions up if he wants to take advantage of the fact that his main championship rival Yohamaki Yupi is not here today. Kleist driving through Esports Team Twente, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Twente, courtesy of the esports team at Twente University. Teammates with the guy in front, Roman Stevelink. It doesn't feel right that they have to. It doesn't feel right that they have to ease off going through 130R. It doesn't feel right for me. Vincent get the first lap away well enough, but he's still got Stevelink and Kleist and the 220 brothers behind. Jake Wilson meanwhile has dropped 3 places. He's spun off. That's at the chicane. I think he's lost it on traction trying to get traction coming out the final corner, at the final chicane at least. Matty Lebeck windmill. There goes Ali Yardimja. Look at the timing on that. Excellent save from Ali. Look at the timing on that to catch that. Wow. I didn't even know that was happening. Colin Louis Costa's dropped back in at the 2 places. That's yeah, that's the test. Yeah, that's the right Costa. Well, Takuma's looking around the outside of Matty Lebeck through the Dunlop curve. It's not going to happen this time. Ali's half spin must have slowed Lebeck down enough to bring Takuma into this fight for P5. A dive is certainly possible into the hairpin. Whoa! And Ali's actually spun this time, and now he's stuck because he can't really reverse. There we go. He's got a tight enough turning circle to get going again. But he's lost it on his own twice in one lap. He saved it the first time, not so lucky the second time. Ben Hayes, meanwhile, just behind this, is looking to get past Miguel Costa, who's right on his bumper. He's looking at a move. He's looking into some clean space to try and make a move into spoon curve. It's not going to happen this time. Meanwhile, up front from this, Stevelink is getting remarkably close to Vincent Wahuni Velasquez. He might have a move into the chicane, maybe. Or is it too early to try and make that sort of move? There's still 11 laps left. There's still 11 minutes left in this race. We're only 2 laps in now, but he is looking round the outside at the final corner. It did look like we were a little bit alongside there, but it's not going to work. Hilke Kleist got the fastest lap of the 3 of them. That's the fastest lap of this race. They're all in 203s. Ericsson is on the 204s, and everyone else behind is doing 206s and 207s. A league of their own indeed for the top 3. Oh, look how close that is! Oh, it almost spins! Almost spins Velasquez. I thought I saw him spin. They're still side by side going into turn number 3. A clunk over the curve for Velasquez slows Stevelink and brings Kleist back into this. Nose to tail, the top 3. I didn't think we'd need a VSC in this race, and it's looking like that's how it's going to stay. Unless these 3 take each other out, which, let's face it, is possible. Anything can happen in these races, as we've seen over the last few weeks especially. who's acted calling it early. There's going to be an overtake, and it's going to result in a penalty. Just wait. Clayson was looking down the inside of Steve Link, but it's not going to work. No team orders there at Esports Team 20. I might just call him ETT to save myself the embarrassment of pronouncing 20 wrong. Weigel and Corsa are battling meanwhile at the back. No, they weren't. Corsa just had a mistake. Back to Clayson at P3. Because this is the closest battle we've got right now, and this is crucial for both Velasquez and Steve Link's championships to keep Clayson behind. The disadvantage of this, of course, is they're going to be. This is the big money race. 25 points for the win in race 1. Race 2 is only 15 points for the win. But it would still be crucial to have. It's still crucial. He's ahead in. It's crucial for Clayson to be behind these two in the first race, but that does mean that Clayson is going to be ahead of them starting the second race, which is going to be super fun to watch because all the top 4 are about a second faster than anybody else. 5th and 6th just set personal best in the 205s, while these two are doing slower times in the 203s and 204s. You know, there is a league of their own sort of status going on here. And it'd be great to watch them come through the field in race 2 in about 10 minutes time or so. This battling between the ETT boys is causing Velasquez to pull away. Weigel and Wilson switching places for P12. This is crucial for sort of the almost reverse grid pole, so the front end of the reverse grid. At the minute it's going to be Arda Kibia, Daniel Ricciardo up front on pole for race 2, and Mario Weigel's another spin. Is that commentator's curse? Because he's going to get going in enough time for Ricciardo to not pass him, so Weigel will start P2 at this rate for race 2. Steve Link and Clayson were both faster than Velasquez in this first part of the track because they've gained on him already. Well, they haven't really, they just bridged the gap a bit more. Steve Link's pulled away from Clayson and come towards Velasquez, so the gap's sort of more equidistant now. But it's still less than a second between the two, between first and second, between second and third. Ericsson is starting to catch this, but I'm not convinced he has the pace to catch the top 3 enough and make a challenge for the win or podium. Let's switch quickly back to Takuma, who's chasing down Matti Labiak. He's going to P6. Down to within 0.4 of a second. Not a lot of overtaking going on, I'm noticing, for this race, which is interesting. I would have thought there would be more for Suzuka. But the next two races we have got may well be better. We're going to. It says BAT. I don't know where BAT is. Where is that? The last round's at Fuji. I know that. Where are we going for round 5? I don't know. I've completely forgotten. I can't quite tell what BAT stands for. Bathurst. Of course it is. We're going to Bathurst next week. That'll be a great race. Whoa, and Labiak got wide at turn 1, and there goes Takuma. Whoa, and Takuma's spun as well and wiped the both of them out. What? Takuma! You just blown a perfect chance to make a position, and you spun it yourself and ended up losing even more than Labiak did. Labiak's rejoined in P5. Takuma hasn't even rejoined yet. He has now. He's P11. In front of this, Louis and Yardinger battling for P9. I'm glad I caught that move. I'm glad I caught that. It's really brought the battle together for P6, I suppose. Fonseca. Wait, which one's which? That one. So that's Max for memes. Then Fonseca in the Paquette Motorsport car. Then Ben Hayes. Then Colin Louis. Then Ali Yardinger. Then Takuma. Yardinger did have a look there, but has brought Takuma into this again. Let's switch further up front again to the battle for the lead. Wahuni Velasquez, Steve Link, Clayson, still nose to tail. We've got 5 minutes left. We've only done 4 laps in this race. We're about to come to the end of lap 5. Oh, as Velasquez goes wide at 130R. Why does something always show up as Fonseca? I believe the answer to that is it's set on the server, so his Steam GUID is linked to the name Mario Fonseca. We'll change. I'm gonna double check after this race and change it around if necessary to make it match for memes. So it will be fixed for next week. Clyson has the fastest lap now with a 2:03.184. You just set that. Behind, what is that? Ronald Stiegling's best lap was a 2:03.2, and Velasquez's best lap was a 2:03.4. Which is interesting. But both Clyson and Velasquez set their best laps on this most recent lap. First for Heeses, he comes through the field right on the back of Mario Fonseca. That's the actual Mario Fonseca. He's looking at it, but Fonseca went a little defensive going into turn 2. He had a little moment there, you just saw a little twitch. But Hayes is going to try and dive into turn 3. He does, and he makes the move stick. Nice, clean move there. Behind that, even Yardimja and Takuma side by side again. Oh, and Takuma spun again! And once again, once again, Takuma collects somebody. But they both get going pretty well. Something's wrong with Takuma's car. Ricardo's spun in a weird place, just like Robert Kubica's spin. At least the location of it. Like he lost it later on in the corner. We are hosting this on Zap hosting servers. They're great. They're really good. I recommend talking to them about affiliates, being an affiliate. They're really friendly and they're great guys. They're really good customer service as well. Thank you, Disc Infiltrator, for following. But yeah, I think it's pretty certain now that Ricardo's going to be starting on pole for race 2. So hopefully he can recover something. And thank you, Skip Barber Championship. I'm pretty sure I know who that is. So hold on. Just behind us, looking back at Ben Hayes. He's fight through the field. He's got past one Fonseca. He's going to get past the imposter Fonseca. That's actually back for memes. Wow, and he's bumping through 130. Oh, that's a risky move to make. He did look for the outside into the chicane, but he's not going to make it this time. Try and pull the switch back, get a clean run out the final corner, and try and get the power down the hill. He's done a good job with that because he's not now side by side running at the start of the straight. Oh, but Memes does look faster down the straight. It's too early for Ben Hayes to pull into the slipstream again. But he doesn't quite know what to do. Does he make a move? Does he go into the slipstream? Oh, and they've touched. In fact, Hayes is still going to try and pull it around the outside. And does make the move stick. Fair play, maybe. That might need to be reported. It was a collision there, but I don't think it would be enough. Yeah, the servers we have really hold up well. The only issues we've had are things like possible DDoS attacks, but that's to the whole of Zap hosting, not specifically to us. And they happen all the time. Around the internet, I mean, not just in Zap hosting. Oh, Ben Hayes, hold it together, nice. Drifting through Degner 1. Fonseca and Weigel and Ricardo have all spun off. That's for me. Sorry, that's for Memes that spun off. Weigel spun off as well, but he's got going again. And Ricardo spun off at the same place 1 lap later. And Takuma's gone off as well. That's 4 cars gone off in the last 5 seconds, but all separated, so it's not really worth bringing out the VSC, and they're not all at the same time. It almost was to have the weirdest VSC ever, but we're all good. We are 45 seconds away from the end of this race, and the leaders are coming through the final corner. As Jake Wilson, as we just saw it there, had a moment off, I didn't even spot that. But they're coming over the line now, are the leaders, so this is the start of the final lap, lap 8. Lap 8 of race 1 at Suzuka. Also, side note, I've got 2 cats in my room, so I'm happy. Who's it going to be? This is quite processional, to be fair. But they've been close all the way through, these 3. Vincent Royce Junior Velasquez in the front, Steve Link in the middle, and Clyson in the back. Colin Louis gone wide at Spoon Curve, I notice. And he's nowhere near anybody. He's going to take P14 and P2 for the reverse grid race in a minute. These three still nose to tail. Nobody making any progress, but Stephen had a good run out of Degner too, so he's going to get a bit closer to Wayuni Velasquez. Surely some do-or-die moves to be made at some point. Or is it worth just keeping the position, taking in Steve Link's case, 5 fewer points, but getting that extra position in front of a guy that's around your pace? Because when the guys are this close on pace, track position is all important. Oh, Steve Link had to save it through the first part of Spoon. So Kleisson's going to surely make a move. Is it going to be moving to 130i? He has another moment there, so he's going to be defending hard as Steve Link. Here comes Hilke Kleisson. This move is going to be round the outside at 130r on the final lap, which means Velasquez is going to win this race unless something terrible goes wrong. Round the outside goes Hilke Kleisson into 130r. The 220 brothers, they're staying. Steve Link keeps the position. Is Kleisson going to make a move? No, he's not. Which means, after all of that, nothing changes. Michael Vincent, while Yuri Velasquez comes across the line. Daniel Ricciardo is desperate to finish this lap and do another one. Steve Link will finish second. Hilke Kleisson will finish third. Ludwig Eriksson will finish fourth. Behind that, we'll have Matti Lebiak. Ben Hayes and Mario Fonseca is pretty damn close. Oh, eating the curb through the inside. Wow, interesting line from Mario Fonseca there. No do-or-die dive bombs from Mario Fonseca there. So it'll be 6th place for Ben Hayes, 7th for Fonseca, 8th for Ali Yardinger. 9th for Max for Memes, 10th for Saikat Takuma, 11th for Jake Wilson, 12th for Mario Weigel. It'll be 13th for Miguel Costa, 14th for Colin Louis, and 15th, or will it? Costa looks like he's looking quite racy on Mario Weigel into the final corner. Colin Louis just given up. You can see he's just gone so wide. Oh, looked like he'd almost spun around Mario Weigel. Miguel Costa has got a good run out of the final corner, but it's not going to be enough. Mario Weigel will take home P12, Costa P13, Louis will take home P14, and as I said a minute ago, Daniel Ricciardo will take P15. I mean, in fact, yes, you were 9 seconds off the leaders, but everybody else that wasn't the leader, like, you know, Velasquez, Steve Link, Kleisson, and to a lesser extent Ericsson, were all like 2 seconds faster than the rest of the field anyway. If that's any consolation at all. But what a race to start us off on a Sunday morning, or Sunday evening, if you're in Asia. I heard a request to repeat my Japanese greeting. As much as I could say, just watch back the stream, I'll do it again. Europa de wa. Damn it! I got myself messed up. Europa de wa Ohio. It's a really long word. Europa de wa Ohio gozaimasu. Asia de wa konbanwa. Suzuka to Ayafaja round yong yokoso. Again, probably butchered that and probably insulted some people at the same time, but I tried. So, race 2 awaits in a few minutes' time. It will be Daniel Ricciardo on pole with 0 practice. Colin Louis will start on the front row alongside him. What did it mean? It meant good morning in Europe and good evening in Asia. Welcome to Suzuka for round 4. We're at Suzuka for round 4 of AF Asia. Thank you, whoever, for the bit. Keep them coming. I'm going to regret saying that, but keep them coming. For a few minutes, let's take a look around. I wonder if we've got any sort of fun bits. We've looked in the crowd. We've seen all the stock people in the crowd. They're all angry. Oh, I haven't seen this guy yet. Hello. He still looks angry, but he's got shades on, so he's hiding it. Poker face. I thought he'd met it. Is that how leg works? I guess it does. I guess that is how leg works, but it still looks weird in the crowd. BH Auction, never heard of them. What else we got? Let's go deep into the depths. Let's go down the stairs. What's down the stairs? It's quite a lot of detail for considering no one will ever go back here. It's quite nice. Ooh, helicopter. Big green helicopter. Flying in no particular direction. Good fun. Good fun. What's up here? I see a little blimp. What's the blimp say? Fujifilm. Nice. Great view. We're 2 minutes away from race 2 and I'm lost. Here we go. We're gonna go through the wheel. Some screaming cars. Let's take it through the grid for race 2. Daniel Ricciardo's on pole alongside Colin Louis. Row 2 is Miguel Costa and Mario Weigl. Row 3 is Jake Wilson alongside Sayaka Takuma. Row 4, Max Vermeems and Ali Yardimjer. Row 5 is Mario Fonseca and Ben Hayes. Row 6, Matti Lebiak and Ludwig Eriksson. Row 7 is Hilke Kleisen and Ramon Stielink. And 15th place for the race winner, Michael Vincent Wahuni Velasquez. 80 seconds from the start of race 2, round 8 of A of Asia, season 2. Ooh, look at this. Power station. Anything fancy inside here? No. I'm still going to look around for a little bit. I'm taking you through the grid. I've done the important bit. Nice view. Too bad I'd be electrocuted and I'm probably dead by now. Such detail on this map, it's amazing. Look at that. It's great. I'm getting myself distracted. Right. So there's nothing really to do at the minute because I'm waiting for 45 seconds to come up. Let's see if I can get this right. If I go back to Stereo Carousel, I'll get Daniel Ricciardo on because he's on pole. This is one where I'm expecting the VSC to come out if at all. We're 30 seconds away from the start. And now 20. And I'm excited. This is going to be good. Here come the lights. In a minute. Because there's 10 seconds. I'm not good at ad-libbing, alright? All 6 lights are on. And we're green in Suzuka once again. Good start from Miguel Costa from the second row of the grid. He looks like he's going to make it round the outside of Daniel Ricciardo. Round the outside of everybody. Into turn 1. Or is it one person go off? That's Max Vermeems. He's going to save it. He's going to save it, so nobody's going to get downhearted or destroyed by this race at turn 1. There was a little collision between 2 people, and I see that's Ali Yardimjer off track. And is that Ludwig Eriksson taking a... No, that's that's Miguel Costa, I think. Ludwig Eriksson's at the back of the grid in 14th. We'll have one person that's left. And that person is Daniel Ricciardo, who's had internet issues almost immediately. Colin Louis, in that case, leads this race from Mario Weigl in 2nd and Takuma in 3rd, then Wilson in 4th. God knows what happened to Daniel Ricciardo. He didn't even make it past turn 1. I didn't even see him disappear, is the thing. I didn't even see him go. But Colin Louis got away very well from the start. Let's have a look and see how the front runners managed to get away from the start. Kleisen is P9, Stielink P10, Wahuni Velasquez P11. Back up front, Colin Louis holding on pretty well at the minute. Mario Weigl just behind this, and Takuma's under pressure from Jake Wilson, who's also under pressure from Mario Fonseca, who's just got past him to the hairpin. Good start from him. Matti Lebiak's already made it up to P6, where he finished. Where he finished? No, he's P5. Still jostling for position. Are we going to see any moves into 130R maybe? Ludwig Eriksson has just given up on this race and probably given up on the championship as a result, unless this would be the drop race. But does that account as a rage quit? It could possibly be. Mario Fonseca has just been... that's Max Vermeems' story. It's just been done by Hilke Kleisen. Forgive the constant mistakes because I've got no idea which one's which until I actually look at them. Hilke Kleisen through 130R, and in fact Stielink was having a look at it now, but Stielink's going to have to get past as quickly as possible. Wahuni Velasquez is going to have a look down the inside of Ramon Stielink instead. No, he's not. Stielink's going to do Max Vermeems. Wahuni Velasquez is going to try and follow through. He's going to have to do the switch back through the final chicane. He's not. Ali Yardimjer just completely missed the chicane. Matti Lebiak and Ben Hayes side by side down the pit straight. That's not helpful, because you can't see who's alongside. There's Ben Hayes behind. Is he going to make a move into turn 1? Oh, we did have a look. But no, Labiak's going to look on Wilson. Hayes is going to look on Labiak. Is Clayson going to follow through? No, the door is closed. But good move from Ben Hayes. Takuma off track there. Drops back to probably outside the top 10 by the time he gets going again. Now Takuma joins in front of Velasquez, which is key, because that'll be the end of his race. That's going to be crucial if Velasquez needs to get through the field as quickly as possible and stay with Clayson and Steedling and try and fight this out later on. Colin Lewis gotten away very well from this race. He's already 9/10. He's dropped down to 5/10. I think he made a mistake through Dunlop curve, because here comes Mario Weigel. Four tenths faster than Weigel in the first sector over Colin Louis. Behind this, Wahuni Velasquez has done Takuma. Labiak and Hayes side by side coming into the hairpin. Thank you, Rob, for the bit. My VR headset just randomly disconnected, so I couldn't see. Oh yeah, I've had that a couple of times. Not for any longer than about 5 seconds, but it's still the scariest 5 seconds in your life when it does happen. Ilke Clayson has managed to get past Matty Labiak. He's already trying it on Ben Hayes. The pace advantage from the top three, Clayson, Steedling and Wahuni Velasquez, is incredible. It's going to be Clayson who's going to take P5 at this rate. And behind that, Steedling's going to do Labiak for P7. We're going to have 2x2 going into 130R. Either of these going to mess up and cause a VSC. No, all clean. But Labiak does have to go wide as a result. Meanwhile, up front, that's Mario Fonseca who's passed Mario Weigel for second place. Colin Lewis is going to be able to get away from this. Labiak has done Steedling back. No, that's Labiak defending from Steedling. But Steedling's all going to have a look into turn 1 and down the pit straight. We switch to Wahuni Velasquez, who's behind both of them. Have a nice onboard view of bird's eye view of Steedling getting down the inside of Labiak into turn 1. Is he going to make a move? Is he going to make it stick? There's a little tap between the two of them. Labiak closes the door, but Steedling gets past. Velasquez is biding his time, it seems, to try and wait for a move to get past. This is the crucial race. It's worth fewer points. Only the top 10 score points. There's 15 points for the win. But it's still crucial in the championship. This is the opportunity for Clayson to... Whoa, that's Ben Hayes going off in the background. Or the foreground, or up front. That's under the 3 position with Lotterman. Takuma's gone off as well, and so has Fonseca, so has Vermees. Is that a collision between 4 cars? Yeah, not quite. In front of this, that's Hilke Clayson and Jake Wilson. So another position coming up for Hilke Clayson, it seems. Move is done through 200R. Today the background is in front of you, indeed. Behind this, Wahuni Velasquez is still trying to get past Matty Labiak. He's currently P8. Oh, but he's forced Labiak wide. And that'll be the move done, surely, unless Labiak can get a good run out of the spoon curve, which he might, but no. Velasquez takes the position. The cat and mouse game continues. This is great fun to watch. Steedling's going to do Wilson down the inside at 130R, but meanwhile, as he tries to get on terms with Hilke Clayson, Clayson's already done Mario Weigel for P3, so Hilke Clayson's into the top 3. Steedling down the outside of Mario Weigel into the chicane. That is Fonseca going across the runoff at the chicane. But it does mean gain an advantage much, because that's the fastest lap there. Still not enough, because that's Steedling who set the fastest lap on that lap. But it's brought Mario Fonseca. This is the 2 Paquette Motorsport drivers. They're both in the same team, so it's 1-2 for Paquette Motorsports at the minute. Colin Louis has to save a spin through turn 1. Keeps it together, but this is going to bring Hilke Clayson into this. 8 minutes to go when he's got to get past 2 people. So is Steedling. Well, Steedling's got to get past 3 people, including Clayson, but and behind that, Vincent Wahuni Velasquez is currently P6. He needs to get the pace together. He needs to catch up to these 2. Mario Weigel needs to be dispatched as soon as possible. We have just over half of this race to go. Clayson just manages to just pull into the inside so easily through Dunlop. And he's already done it. Great move. And full send over there. Weigel is what goes wide at Degner. I think maybe he got pushed off. I don't know. Colin Lewis spun off at Degner 2 meanwhile. So that puts Hilke Kleisen into the lead. The current championship leader goes into the lead of this race. Fonseca is second now, but Steven is already on his arse, ready to make a move. Miguel Costa spun off. That's also at Degner 2. He's currently reversing around the track trying to do a J-turn. It's not really going to work for him, but he's going to come out. It's going to be side by side with Takuma. Will be an easy move for Takuma there. And Stevens through. Meanwhile, let's look back through the field a little bit. Look at the timing on that. There goes Mario Weigel, who spun off. Now P9, now P10, behind Ali Yardinger. Still going to be points though. Steven has done Fonseca. He's going down the inside towards 130. Hold your line, Fonseca. Come on. Show him who's boss. No, we've seen who's boss. It's Ramon Stevenlink there. Behind this, Wahuni Velasquez already up to P4. He's going to make the move on Fonseca surely before turn 1. It's just easy pickings for the three of them. It's kind of painful to watch. I recommend the other 12 do a bit more practice before the next race. Because if you get like a little bit faster with this sort of gap, if you get a little bit faster around Bathurst, you'll be fast enough to be more of a roadblock over the hill. If you can hold them back over the mountain, it's going to be a bit demoralising, and they're going to get impatient and they're going to make mistakes. So do tune in next week for that. That's the same time as today, 10 AM. Jake Wilson, meanwhile, currently P7 in the Gitan livery. It's based off of an old Ligier JS01 or something, or 09. I think at the start of the season, we'd seen recently where from AF4 what some of the newer people were capable of, like who am I thinking of? Ludwig Eriksson or Kekkonen. No, that's not Kekkonen. Sorry, that's Rubber 9. We've seen him come through AF4. We've seen Kekkonen come through as well. That's Juhamaki Yupi. We've seen Oli Polari as well. Olpo. We've seen them at the front of AF4 clearing off up front. Almost synchronised spinning. Louis goes round and Jake Wilson goes round in sympathy. He's going to rejoin on the inside of a corner. Oh! Ali Adams just blocking. Now there's blocking the track and Jake Wilson's facing backwards. I don't even know if you call that a bad rejoin. He just had to know where to go, really. He was trying to rejoin and didn't get to in time. But again, that's the second week in a row where Ali Yardinger has struggled to find a way past the stationary car. Yardinger still going to try down the inside of Mario Weigel to 130 yards. It's not going to work, and he almost has a spin as a result. Costa's done another spin at Degner 2 again. 4 minutes to go in race 2 here at Suzuka. Miguel Costa spun at the next corner. Anyone got a bingo card or just a list of all the corners at Suzuka? When you see someone spin, we should do that for the next race. At some point, I don't know where we'd do it, but what track comes up next? Next one would be AF2, I suppose. Yeah, AF2, which is at Daytona. AF2 Daytona. Get a bingo card together and write down all the numbers, like a proper bingo card with all the numbers. And every time you see someone spin on the stream, cross it off, and someone shout bingo when they got a line or something. I don't know. It's a fun game for you for next week. AF2's a long one. We've got 2 hours of Daytona next week. That's Saturday, starting at 7:30 for qualifying. Race starts at about 8, just gone 8 o'clock. GMT. Costa spun again. Somebody cross off Spoon. You have to wait because here come the leaders. Costa's getting impatient. Maybe. Colin Hayes and Louis. I think Louis had another mistake because. Oh no, Hayes goes wide. A little bit of maybe. So maybe that's just the line. Daguma's done Fonseca for P11. That's for me, sorry, for P11 there. Fonseca and Labiak still going at it for P4. Basically best of the rest in this race. One because it's on stream. I have to try, I don't know, for some of the whale drivers commentating next week. Colin Lewis spun off again. That's at the final corner. Jake Wilson's gone off in sympathy at the final chicane as well. So another mix around for the field. It means Takuma's going to get a point out of this race now. Labiak is catching Fonseca for P4. Colin Lewis gone again. I think his tyres might be a little bit hot. I'll take it easy for the next few corners, Louis. Jake Wilson's going to try and come past it now for P11. Colin Lewis, who started this race perfectly with it to take the lead of this race, now languishing at the back of the grid. Ali Yadav just passed Mario Weigl through what I can only assume was a mistake given the gap between the two of them. Labiak has finally done Fonseca into the hairpin. I'm sorry I missed that. That's the move I wanted to see of all of them. But Labiak takes P4. Ilka Kleissen's on for a fastest lap of the race. He's purpled the first 2 seconds. He's already got the fastest lap. He's in at 2:02.7. 2/10 faster than anybody else. So the question is, how many points is it going to be? So it's going to be 16 for the first race plus 50 for the... So Ilka Kleissen's on 31 in this race. Stevening's got 20 and I think it's 12 for P2. So 32 for Steveling and Vincent Wahuni Velasquez. Got 25 for the first race, plus what is probably 10, so 35 for Velasquez. So he's got 3 points over Steve Link, who's got another point over Kleissen. Despite Kleissen taking the win, surely, in this race. They're coming down, well, they've just come out the first corner. So this is the final lap now. Fonseca is half a second back and still not close enough, really, to make a challenge on Labiak anytime soon, pending a mistake. Or barring a mistake, I should say. That's probably a better way of putting it. Who's your driver of the day? Who's your driver of the day, guys? I think I've got to go for Michael Vincent today. Held the drive. No, held the drivers off. Held the guys off well, really well in the first race. And this may be the point in time where, considering some drivers won't be turning up, haven't turned up today, it's maybe remotely possible that the championship could be decided at Bathurst. Maybe, I doubt it though. It's like, there's 11 points at the minute, but the next person who actually turned up today was run on Steve Link. He's P4. He's 30 points behind already. We'll switch up to the front of the grid because it's going to be Hilke Kleissen coming around the final corner. Look at the timing on that. Hilke Kleissen wins race 2 and gets 15 points towards the championship title challenge in AF Asia. Roman Steveling will come home P2 and Vincent Wahuni Velasquez comes home P3. Takuma's had a spin at Spoon. Matty Labiak will come home P4 ahead of Mario Fonseca on P5. Good day for Matty Labiak today. Ben Hayes finishes P6. Ali Yadav will come home P7. Mario Weigel will take home P8, assuming no more spins from anybody, which isn't exactly out of the question. There you go. There's Costa at the spoon curve as well. It's a DNF for Colin Louis, so he's going to finish P12 anyway, because Costa's going to finish behind. A lap down. Weigel comes home P8, Takuma will come home P9, Fonseca P10, and Wilson P11. As I say, Colin Louis classed as a DNF on the screen, but he will probably get the points for P. Well, he won't. There's no points for P12 at this race anyway. And then Costa gets P13. And Ericsson DNF'd after like one lap. And Alakilia, Daniel Ricciardo, DNF'd after about 2 corners. AFA's at Suzuka has not been kind to Daniel Ricciardo. So there we have it. Let's take a look at some donuts that are going on over there. Ali Yardage bullying Ben Hayes a bit there. So let's see if we can bring him for an interview. Let's try. Undeafen myself and all of that. Let's try and bring in the winner of race number 1, Michael Vincent. Hello, Michael. Can you hear me? That might be a no. Okay, I'll try and come back to you in a bit. Maybe. Let's try and bring in the winner of race 2, Hilke Kleisen. Hilke, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hello, congratulations on the win in race 2. What was it like trying to pull through the field? You're starting from P13 on the grid. Sounds like you had quite a fun time. It looks like you had quite a fun time coming through the field.
I could see where the people were slower and I could just put my nose in.
I think the answer to that was everywhere. You and Steve Link and Velasquez were in a league of your own today, and to a lesser extent Ericsson as well, but he sucked in race 2.
I mean, headset disconnected. He was racing and
it's rubber.
Yeah, that's true.
No, he did a decent job in race 1 to get a P4. But even despite you winning race 2, it's not enough for you to gain anything on Steve Link and Velasquez. You got 31 points out of this race, I think, if I got my maths right.
I mean, it's still decent.
Yeah, I mean, you got a 30-point lead over the next person who turned up today, so he's still your championship to lose at this point. You got yourself one hand on it.
Yeah, that's the problem, because there is still a drop race. So I don't know what race to drop, which would net me like no points, you know?
That's a good point. You're probably going to lose quite a lot of points because this is probably your worst race so far, actually. 3rd and 1st. Yeah, this would be your drop race at the minute, which is a hefty 31 points.
I was hoping I could do the 2-6 in quali, but I saved it for the second race.
Yeah, maybe Bathurst next week. Still come and have fun and all that, because it's going to be a great race. But
yeah, I'm super slow on Bathurst.
We'll see. After some more practice, got a week to practice.
Yeah, that's true. But still.
I say, do you think this is your championship to lose at this point, or are you still concerned about the other drivers?
I'm just concerned that I don't get a race where I get enough points, like a double first or something. That'd be great.
Nobody's had a double first at the minute, but which is kind of good, I suppose. No one's clearing off at the front, which is great to see from our perspective. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us. I'll send you back now.
Yes, thank you.
And see you next week in Bathurst.
Yeah, I will.
I think we'll leave it there for today. We've got, well, that's it for today. Actually, that's it for this weekend. We've got obviously our usual Stewards stream tomorrow. You can't miss that. Monday, 2 p.m. GMT, right here on Twitch. And next week we've got, well, not a lot actually. We've got AF2 on Saturday evening. That starts at 7:30 GMT, as I said, for Daytona, 2 hours of Daytona, with the wonderful rail driver returning. Then we got AF Asia round 5 at Bathurst. That's next Sunday at 10 a.m. and the return of AF1 on Sunday at 5 p.m. GMT. That's at Okayama. That would be a great race. But until tomorrow, it's goodbye from me and goodbye from, well, nobody else. Good timing. Well done.
Yeah, goodbye from me too.
Hello and goodbye from Juan there. Hello and goodbye.